Hi, welcome back to part two of my Start to Finish series. I created the series as blog posts in November and December, and then I thought, why not put them on video? And then post them on YouTube. And I thought, so here I am. So this is also part of my project for the end of the year. So the first part of the series was what we could put in place before we start our project, which would be like an accountability partner. We could create a ritual and organize our space so we have everything together when we want to sit down and do our project. Because I realized starting a project, we're excited, we have things we want to do, and then life happens. Family, health, work, health, it all gets jumbled up, and we can often just stop. We're overwhelmed. We put our project again under the bed in a drawer and we don't finish it. We maybe start another project and on it goes. So I'm hoping that I can give you some tools that work for me. And, everybody's different. Pick and choose what works, but here it goes. So these are some tools that now that we're working on our project, we can feel maybe stuck, we feel overwhelmed, that we can maybe do. The first one for me is break a project down. Like what happens is that we start a huge project and then we get overwhelmed. It is like we're writing a novel, and then we're overwhelmed. I'll never finish it. But if we break it down to, I'm going to write a chapter, I'm going to write a scene, I'm going to write a character description. We can break it down into manageable pieces so it's not as overwhelming. Like we don't have a week to do a project, but we might have an evening to do a piece of it, or, a Sunday afternoon or that. So take a larger project and just break it down into smaller, manageable pieces that aren't as overwhelmed, that you can finish. And because every time we work on it, we are going to move our project forward. So like I said, break a larger project down into manageable pieces. We're not painting a house, we're painting a room, we're painting a wall, right? We're not doing a portfolio of pictures, we're painting one picture or starting on one picture. Like break it down and then just work on that piece. And to do with that, the next one for me would be celebrate our wins. I don't think that we have to wait until the end when we have the finished product in our hands to celebrate. I think that we can celebrate along the way. If we have broken our project down into smaller, manageable pieces, we can celebrate as we finish those pieces. We can celebrate when we have finished a chapter. We can celebrate when we have finished maybe our first 3 pictures. That keeps the momentum going because we don't have to wait until the end. Celebrate every time you move yourself forward. Every time your project is moved forward, celebrate that win, right? You've done it. You're working on it, right? You're putting the time in, you're putting the effort in. Celebrate that. The last one is post your progress. Now, this is another form, I guess, of accountability, and I realize that this might not work for everyone, especially if you're writing a novel. You're not going to post your chapters, but you know what? You could post, wow, this weekend I finished 1,000 words. People like to hear the messy middle. People want to be relatable. So you could always post that, right? Or if you're painting pictures, you could post a picture, or your messy art studio. So sometimes posting is a way to keep us accountable. For me, what I picked when I set this up as a blog series, I decided that the least I could do was pick a project to work on while I was doing the blog series, and a project that I could say, this is what I'm doing for the end of the year. So I picked a junk journal or an art journal. So for me, posting my progress along the way has been easy because all I do is post a page in the journal, right? So that type of project is easily post along the way. Other ones aren't so much, but it's worth considering. Like it all depends what your project is, or if you want to share. It's totally up to you, right? So, but definitely break your project down into manageable, smaller pieces. That is just crucial so that we're not overwhelmed. Celebrate your wins. Do not wait till the end. Celebrate along the way because you deserve it. And if it works for your particular project, post along the way. Okay, those are 3. I will be back for another video with a few more tools that we can pull out to help us finish our projects. And like I said, we're all individual. We're all working on different projects. So you choose what works for you, and that. I just know that these work for me, especially the breaking my project down and that. So thanks for listening. This is, like I said, this is part of my project, is putting these videos out. Scary, yes, scary to put it out. So let me know maybe in the comments how you're doing, what your project is, and that. And I will be back for, I guess, part 3 with a few, was that 3 or 4? I'll be back with part 3 with a few more tools that you can work with. Okay, thank you.